Hi children, welcome back to the lesson sorting materials into groups. In that we already learned what are the advantages of classification, right? Now here we are going to study about the classification of materials and their basis. On what basis we are going to classify the objects. For example, imagine in our surrounding or otherwise just simply around us there are two types of material in the nature completely there are two types of materials. How can we separate them on basis on what basis we separate them? Simply the classification of various objects into groups can be done on the basis of their similarities and differences or dissimilarities, we use it to say, according to their similarities and as well as their differences. So here we should take the consideration of similarity and dissimilarity are what you call difference. So depending on this we can able to separate the materials, their similarity and dissimilarity. So here for example, living, what is the similarity, what differences do we find here? For example, living thing, non-living thing, either it is plant or animal, or by the nature of the material, or by use of material, color, shape, size, appearance, hardness, texture. By observing all these similarity and differences we could classify the objects. Now here when you come to classification, the overall nature, in the nature there are two types of things. I think already I explained you. There are two types of things. What are they? Number one, thing with the life called as living things, and another object is non-living object, means don't have life. So objects are two types: living objects, non-living objects. Objects with life are called living, objects without life are called non-living. So majorly we can divide the objects into two types: living, non-living. Again these are living. These living objects also again divided into two types. What are they? Number one, self food preparation, preparing living things, they are called plants. They can able to prepare their own food, so they are plants. And next the living things which depend upon other for the food, and they are called animals. They are called animals. So here plants and animals both are different, both are different. Again if you come to plants, plants are again different: creepers, climbers, trees and plants, etc. And animals with backbone, without backbone, right? So we could able to group them depending upon their similarities and differences, right? And when you come to non-living things, non-living things, objects or non-living things can be classified into many groups on the basis of their nature of the material, their use, their color, shape, their appearance, hardness or softness. Depending on that we could able to divide the non-living things. Have you understood? So finally what we can able to conclude: to group any object, first we have to know the similarity and differences between them, then it become easy to classify. If both are same, imagine if all similarities are there, if all differences are there, then the grouping become very hard. Okay, there should be some similarities, some differences. So let us start with separating living and non-living things. Separation, grouping of living and non-living things, or living and non-living objects. So I'll read some that they are given in your textbook. Okay, table, toy, dog, cloths, rose, algae, pencil, knife, shoes, or hydrilla, grasshopper, blackboard, cactus, wool, earthworm, tree, fish, feather, nail, hen. So these are the materials that they given. Here we have to find out the things with the life, the objects with the life, the object without life. And we know that plants and animals, they are belongs to living things. So that the objects like dog, rose, algae, hydrilla, grasshopper, cactus, earthworm, tree, fish, these are called living things. And the non-living things such as table, toy, cloths, pencil, knife, shoes, blackboard, wool, feather, nail, all they are called non-living things because they don't have life. They don't have life. Have you understood, Nana? So this is the first classification, that is living and non-living things. Okay, now among the living things, if you take rose, dog, algae, hydrilla, grasshopper, earthworm, cactus, tree, fish, hen, all these are living things. All these are living things. Even though they are living things, we can separate them, we can classify them because their mode of nutrition. Here the base is nutrition, means do they can able to prepare their own food, or otherwise they depend upon other for the food. So here if they can able to prepare their own food, we can confirm them as a plants. And if they are depending upon other, then we have to say they are animals. So let us see the plants from these. What you can conclude? Rose, algae, hydrilla, cactus, tree, these are plants. And whereas dog, grasshopper, earthworm, fish, hen, these are called animals. So look at this. First we separated living and non-living thing, and then we separated plants and animals. This is what we call sorting, classification. Okay, now separation of materials. Have you understood? Now let's come to non-living things. Here non-living things, they can be separated depending upon the nature, size, structure, oddness, etc. Now we are going to separate the objects by their matter of material, by what matter they are prepared. Okay, na? So now what is called a matter or material by which the object is made. Right, here they given table, nail, beaker, toy, chair, utensils, test tube, rubber, bed, magnet, funnel, mug, door, coin, mirror, polythene bag, etc. So out of all these, here some of them made up of wood, some of them made up of glass, some of them made up of plastic, right? So on the basis of this we could able to separate them. For example, objects such as table, chair, bed, door, they are made up of wood. Nail, utensil, magnet, coin, they are made up of metals. And beaker, test tube, funnel and mirror, they are made up of gas. And whereas toys, ruler, mug and polythene bag, they are made up of plastics. So here we can classify the non-living things depending upon the material by which it made up of. Okay, whether it is made up of plastic or glass or otherwise wood or any other metal, by that observation we can separate them. Here, so let us see some objects. Let us see some objects here. Already in the table they given. Just look at the table. Okay, right. Now here sample problem 1, they given some material, some objects here: water, basketball, orange, sugar, globe, apple, earthen pitcher. And they asked the question that find out the round shaped and other shape, round shaped objects and other shaped objects, and as well as edible and non-edible. So round shape objects they include, we know that basketball, orange, globe, apple, earthen pitcher, these are round in shape, whereas other shapes water and sugar. And edible material out of them, water, orange, sugar, apple. And non-edibles are basketball, globe and earthen pitcher. Right? Even sample problem 2, when you look at this, find out the add man out from the following: chair, bed, table, baby, cupboard. Once again I am reading: chair, bed, table, baby, cupboard. Out of this, which is the odd one? Very good, baby. Why? Because baby is the only living thing among them. Remaining all are non-living things. Now question B: rose, jasmine, boat, marigold, lotus. All they are present in water. Do they are present in water? No. Here rose, jasmine, marigold, lotus, they are flowers, whereas boat is the non-living thing and that too an object. So odd man is boat. Like that, depending upon their character, we could able to separate the things. Right? So in next session we'll learn more about the material, nothing but substances by which objects are made, what kind of materials are there and how to we separate them. We'll learn in the next session. Thank you.